Happy freaking Tuesday, my Gurujis. What's happening? This is a good Tuesday indeed. It's a fantastic freaking Tuesday because we are now seeing some sort of potential signs of a reversal. I won't be counting any chickens before they hatch, unfortunately, just because we are still within the range, and I've obviously still got my eye on these moving averages, which means that basically when we're looking at it, we're now on the daily time frame. Just a reminder, each one of these candles represents a 24-hour period. For those that didn't catch the first video, these are moving averages. They represent time frames, price action price action that's been aggregated across specific time frames. The red is 20, 50, 100, 200, and as we discussed over the weekend at the start of the week, we were looking at a potential death cross around here with the 20 crossing over the 200. However, it's looking like it might even give us a potential reversal here. One thing I do want to note here is that as retail traders start learning more and more about technical analysis, and as the regular folks start understanding things like moving averages, things like chart patterns, things like probability and candles, you've got to understand that those that are manipulating the market will manipulate it accordingly. So at the end of the day, they ultimately want you to see the same thing that everyone else is seeing, so that everyone can draw the same conclusion, so that they can manipulate against that conclusion. Which is why this probably comes into effect here, because most people would have seen this. Many people would have sold at the thought of a death cross, and now look. So I just wanted to quickly cover that. We obviously are getting a bit more of a bullish pump here off of this sort of baby bullish pin bar over here. I will be sending the cheat sheet sometime this week, and that's going to have pretty much a little Bible that speaks about candles, the different types of candlesticks, and obviously what they all mean. So I would highly suggest that everybody give that a bit of a study if you can. But yeah, that's pretty much where we're at. It looks like we might get the two moving averages. Instead of coming down, they might do something along the lines of that. So let's see. I mean, it obviously is working towards the thesis that January will give us the reversal and a continuation of this full rally, which will take us until March or April. Although granted, this correction and this pullback could have actually bought us a bit more time, which means we could even see a bullishness towards the end of 2023. So that's pretty much the high of the time frame at the moment. I just want to quickly dive into the intraday chart on the 4-hourly. So that's going to be over here. Let me just quickly open that up right there. And now we can have a look at the chart. So basically, let me just quickly turn off the moving average indicators here. Again, I will also go through some awesome indicators in the cheat sheet. We're getting a fat candle as we speak. This is fantastic news. Let me just quickly change the time frame. That's over here. And let's look at the 4-hourly. Cool. So basically on the intraday chart, on the 4-hourly, we're obviously printing heavy bullish candles. We're actually going for 3 white soldiers. 3 bullish candles in a row are extremely bullish. In any case, you can actually see it if you look back in the chart. You'll see that very often a reversal is preceded by what's known as the 3 white soldiers, and it's just pretty much 3 green candles in a row. As you can see, we are getting this play out to perfection. I mean, it's pretty much following it to a T. What I'd like to see is potentially a resistance be hit around here. I'd like to see the price come back here. I'd like to see Bitcoin confirm the top of this wedge as support, reject it, and we couldn't ask for a more bullish sign. As I mentioned on Friday, this week is going to be a bullish one. Called it already. I think called it when we were up here and it was coming down. It's pretty much plain to see. And like I mentioned a few times, these falling wedges, these descending channels tend to have bullish outcomes. The beautiful thing about technical analysis, as a side note, is that when you understand technical analysis, you're not going blind, and then volatility doesn't scare you because you actually can see the woods from the trees inside the volatility. I mean, most people would have seen this descending channel and thought, well, shit, I'm going to sell because Bitcoin's over and it's going down. But we look at it and we see a descending channel and we know the probability of this thing breaking upside is pretty huge. So again, I'd like to see it go up here, come back down to confirm, and over there. At this point here is where I will be entering into trades if we do get a nice bounce and a rejection off of that line. So that's pretty much just a bit of a short update today. Isn't too much else to say other than the fact that we are pretty much waiting for certain things to happen. Once they do, we'll take it from there, but I do think that we are in for quite a bullish week. Remember, quickly before I end off the thing, 52K is going to provide some heavy resistance. So we'll obviously just have to wait and see what happens when we do get back to those levels. But if we can somehow reclaim 52 before the end of the year, it's going to be an extremely bullish January, which is quite fantastic. So that's about it. If anyone has any questions, please do let me know. Otherwise, have a fantastic bullish Tuesday.